So, a quick primer for anyone who hasn't seen the other 2 streams of this. Mine, there's no microphone on it. I just use Sennheisers. I am a big fan of just Sennheiser headphones. They have the big jack at the end, though. It's like the big stereo cord. Like, oh, here it is. It's one of these guys. For Sennheisers. I have been using Sennheisers, aside from my stint where I was sponsored by Corsair. And even then, I was still using my Sennheisers, but I've been using Sennheisers since, God, 2004? Maybe 2005? But always the HDs. These are Oh, Murphy, thank you. Thank you so much, Murphy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, how you doing? Oh, I can't believe it's been 10 years. Hold on, I want to, I just want to change my little, I'm going to take that overlay down. And I want to add my, where is it? I'm going to put my 10 more years bar down here. Well, no, that's going to cover stuff. Maybe I don't. Maybe I'll leave the 10 more years bar somewhere else. Well, where would I put it? I'll put it under me here. I'm just going to make it a little smaller. Go like that, and like that, and like that. Boom. Boom. That's how the Costco guys do it, right? And then I hit this little button. Oh, look at that. Now I'm just peeking up behind it. It's beautiful. Let me give you all a quick primer on this run. This is my 3rd stream of this endless run. It has to end soon. Like, I have to be at the point that I'm going to die if I don't leave. You know? Oh, happy 9. Thank you, Murphy. Thank you. Why won't my... Oh, I'm not in the game, that's why. Let me hit num lock. There we go. Okay, so. I've got my teleporter up. I got a worm here. I don't imagine we're going to survive. Like, I think we have to send this run home soon. Our multiplier is crazy. We already have a crazy score. Yeah, I feel like this is gonna be I don't know how high up it'll be, but it'll definitely be my best one yet. Even if I died right now, this would be my best one yet. Oh, I absolutely will. It is 100% my intention to join these videos as one big video. I think it's good for this. I have had some people ask, like, hey man, can you please trim your videos up a little more? Like, they are just way too long for me to watch. And I'm like, I get that, but no. Only in certain, like, I cut up all the Dome Keeper. I did a segment per video, which turns them into about 1 hour videos. Hold on, my volume's a little crazy. I think that's a little better. Turn my headphones down a touch too. I'm in Tarkov mode. Ah, thank you, thank you. The only reason I don't want to make it a multi-parter is because they're mostly short. Each one's like an hour or an hour and a half. I did not see that article, no. That sounds interesting, though. I should just bring another worm here, because this spot is nuts. Although it's at a point now where it's taking the worms a long time to, like, actually mine the shit. I don't think I have anything else to look for either at this point. Like, we've seen everything, I think. Let me go look this way. I'm trying to remember where we were. The perfect length, what, like an hour? I guess I'm kind of with you there. I don't really know what people like on YouTube. I will say, for me personally, and I'm not trying to sound like a total greedy dickhead here, but for me personally, like, I don't have a dedicated editor. Armo has been highlighting all my shit on Twitch for me, which is, like, invaluable to me right now. It is so helpful. And, oh, let me get this broken. That's amazing. That's amazing, Nobi. Look at my little drone army. I love them. Alright, I'm gonna teleport back. Now, I don't want to spend so much that I can't leave if it gets hairy. Like, I think I could at any time leave planet as long as I have the resources for it. So we're just going to see how we do on this fight. And if it looks like I'm going to die, I'm leaving. I love killing that guy before he can even put his shield on. Yeah, I think we're still doing kind of just fine, if I'm being honest. I mean, there are some Super Saiyan guys coming, and they hurt really bad. If I let... Yeah, I got him. He ain't going off. This shit is kind of crazy with it. 3 Jaskies. Like, and none of them are going to get to me. I'm telling you, the drones I'm using that weaken enemies are crazy OP. We're gonna get the multiplier up one more. I'm gonna do 1 Dorito into heals. I want to wait up here until my teleporter's back up, and then put the teleporter up and go back down. But I'm almost certain I've left no stone uncovered at this point. Where'd you get over here from? I've got 2 worms to bring down. That's good. All right, put a teleporter up. Get another worm. Let's head down. Let's head on down. I'll work if I want to. Hey. Hell yeah. Hey, Snowball. Hi, everybody. Oh, hi, Michael. Look at this, you, Michael. How are you? I feel like I never get to... I haven't done any, like, gaming with... not to put you into the mind crack box. But I haven't really gotten a game with any of my Minecraft buddies in a while. That makes me sad. I'm doing pretty good. I feel like I can't really complain right now. Having a nice little day. I hate saying this out loud because I don't want to admit it to myself. And I don't want to go on a bummery topic, so I'm not going to, like, super dwell on this. I don't think it's, like, that bummery. That said, I don't think I'm going to be able to go to TwitchCon, after all. At least, I don't think I should. I don't know. I've been talking to friends about it. I talked to my therapist about it. I even talked to my doctor about it. And I don't know if right now is the right time. I'm really doing some soul searching about that over the next couple days. I don't like to be the guy who says he's going to do a thing and then he doesn't. I try so hard to avoid being that guy. But I'm also having a weird time medically right now, which could translate into a weird time financially. And that's, I feel like it's crazy to spend like half of my savings to go hang out with people when I've got like new medical bills, you know? Benny the Butcher, thank you, thank you. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm trying to figure that out, but at the same time, I am committed to things at TwitchCon, and I do not want to leave anyone hanging last minute with me having to cancel last minute. That's the reason why I'm not just like, oh, I'll just see how I feel, you know? So I feel like I've already begun letting some people know, like, hey, I don't think I'm going to make it, so you can find other people for things, you know? Like, I was supposed to be on Luke's show, and I'm supposed to... I think I had booth time with another usual sponsor. Alright, I'm going to do 2 of those, and that's it. No other triangles go home right now. I could make this shoot better. Yeah. Cool. The costs are so crazy. Like, the thing that sucks is, like, I hate having in my brain the excuse of, like, well, it's a business expense. And I have to remind myself that doesn't mean free. It just means I don't pay tax on it, you know? It's certainly better. But it's not, it doesn't make it free. And I wish it did. I am still handling these waves with, like, very little issue. I wish there were East Coast gaming conventions, and I guess PAX East is really it. I did apply for a press badge for PAX Unplugged. PAX Unplugged seems cool. I like Philly, and it's close, and I could drive there. MagFest is sick. I don't know if the people who were helping me do MagFest, I don't know if I'll be doing MagFest next year in like an official capacity. And that makes me sad, because I want to. Rini, next year I would love to. MagFest is very fun. Even though I might not be working with them in an official capacity next year, I can't front and say like, well, no, it's fun. It's probably the most fun con I've been to. And like, if you're someone who enjoys games, it is the most games focused con I've ever been to. Where TwitchCon, I'm not trying to talk too much guff, but I've had years where TwitchCon feels like a sales floor trying to sell products to streamers. That is kind of what TwitchCon feels like a lot of the time. Avarica, PAX Unplugged. I applied for a badge for PAX Unplugged. I don't remember when that is, but it's coming up. But that is in Philly. That is a Philly convention. And it's mostly tabletop games and shit, but I happen to be a little Magic the Gathering freak. And that's a good one for Magic. Yeah. When is PAX Unplugged? I have to go look. December 6th, 7th, and 8th? No shit. I feel like that's such an odd time to say, hey, let's do a Northeast, East Coast convention. That could really be a dice roll on weather. But as long as there's no snow or ice on the forecast, I would go. That's fair. It's my Avarica, like, almost everyone I know through the punk scene is. And the few who are like somewhat connected to game stuff on any level hang out here. But like, so it's funny to think about how many of my friends are not into gaming. It's so weird. That'd be fun, Dave. As soon as I hear about my badge, Dave, I will let you know. And I'm sure you'd be welcome to crash in the room for a night if you wanted. But yeah, I'm excited about that. That should be, but like in my head, I'm like, all right, that is a reasonable con to say I would go to, because again, it's like a 5-hour drive. That's what really got me with TwitchCon. Sorry, I'm gonna keep yapping a little bit while I do this. I don't mean to. I can do this. I don't mean to make this the slowest Dome Keeper on Earth. I'm gonna hold this worm and wait for my teleporter to come up. What was I gonna say? Another thing that really got me with TwitchCon, aside from like, I do think I have other valid reasons, but I'll tell you, I spent an entire hour talking to my therapist about this the other day. On Friday. Yesterday was Friday? Yesterday, Jesus. Sorry, my concept of time's a little goofy right now. But talked to my therapist about this for an hour yesterday. And so we're coming up with a lot of pros and cons and like, reasons to and reasons to not. And one of the things that really bummed me out was I think I had found someone who was willing to fly with me. And I was like, yes, thank God. I have a free, companion flight ticket. Just fly with me for free. And then I don't have to fly alone because I've gotten better at travel, but I am still a very nervous flyer. Then I went to go get tickets to take a look, and they had gone up insanely, and there were no good flights left, really. Like, the flights I was going to get would have put me into San Diego on Thursday before TwitchCon at 9 a.m., and I would have had to leave Sunday at midnight, getting home at about 9 a.m. on the following Monday. So it would have been like 2 red eyes. 2 red eyes? So the thing is I have vouchers and miles, and I have one free person who could fly with me a year. So I was like, oh, perfect. Did I leave my teleporter up at the top, by the way? Better safe than sorry. I did. Okay. Sorry. I have really nothing left to do except wait for these guys to bring minerals home. Like I think I've already mined everything. Let me wait for my teleporter to come up again though. Sorry about that. I learned while I was in the middle of doing the booking, I can't use my one free companion flight thing if I pay for the flight with credits. it would have to be cash. So I was like, okay, I'll just pay cash and save my companion for something else, I guess. Or I'll just pay cash and save the miles for a solo trip because I don't want to go alone. Turns out, even those 2 shitty red-eye flights, which were the cheapest flights to and from, for one person, this is with an extra free seat next to me, it would have been $1,600 round trip, on top of a $1,500 hotel stay, and then food and drink while I'm out there. That is an unreasonable amount of money. I don't have that kind of money. I just don't. Even if it's a business expense, I don't have that kind of money. Those hotels are so expensive, and the flights are so expensive. I'm just going to drop a worm in that hole. Dropping it in the wormhole. Oh yeah, wormhole's a thing. That's not funny. I said it out loud, and I was like, why didn't that make me smile? I'm like, oh yeah, wormhole. It's just real. That's just a thing. It's like almost getting hairy, but we're still just handling it just fine. It's really just the Super Saiyan guys who are scared. It's those little frog guys, the one I'm killing on the bottom left right now. Those are the only real threat. I'm kind of not afraid of anything else here. But those guys, if they get to go off, will just kill me very quickly. Well, before that dies, we're gonna go... Because I think it's cool to make those noises when I do things. I got back in there. Wanted to max that multiplier a bit more, you know? Alright, just gonna wait for the teleporter and get down there. Yeah, yeah. That's honestly, that's even more than a month of my income. You know, that's like creeping into a month and a half of my income, maybe even closer to 2 months of my income. Depending on the month, you know? But yeah, I think I get trapped a lot too in the thinking of it's a business expense, so just do it. And again, it doesn't make things free, it just, you don't pay tax on them. And I have to be better about not falling for the, hey, it's a business expense trap. Signed, guy with magic cards. Trying to be a little more diligent with that. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing. I've got the crawl space repair. Even shopping around is going to cost me at least like $7 grand. Then I've also got new gutters, which I need to shop around more, but hopefully are like under like 2,000 or 3,000. I'm hoping it's just a fix. I might not even need new ones. They might just need to go fix something, and that'd be perfect. I got to get the shed built. Even the cheapest, shittiest shed I found was still like 12 grand. Just fucking crazy. Maybe not. Maybe I'm misthinking or misremembering, because that does sound like too much. Maybe it was like 6 or 7. I don't think so though. Like it's like a 12 by 18 structure. I think it's 12 by 18 or maybe 12 by 20, but it also needs to be at least 9 feet high. I need like 8.5 feet of clearance at the center for the squat rack. My trainer was saying, and I curious what you think, chat. So I have not done a lot of, you know, I feel like throughout the years I've done a lot of non-gaming content, and I like that. But I also like getting back to just the gaming sometimes. I'm sure there are people here who like both in different ways, and that's fine. That said, I was talking to my trainer about it, about the whole shed situation in general, and we were both spitballing like, well, what if I try to build my own? It's not easy. It's hard in the sense of it is physical labor, but easy in the sense of it's something that's been figured out. You know, like it is not a mystery how to put a thing together. Absolute terrible idea. We were both waffling back and forth on it. where we're like, okay, yeah, no, that would actually be like really cool content probably. And it would take a long time, but it's something, it's a goal you can give your community. A lot harder than it looks. Oh, for sure. For sure. But that's the thing. I guess that's the other side of it, yeah. It would be really hard. As a YouTube only? Nah. I don't think anything I do would really work as a YouTube only content. Just because it doesn't earn enough to justify anything being exclusive there, really. Which sucks, but I think it's just the truth. My YouTube is doing okay, but that is on the back of like one Dark and Darker short that is still going crazy. It's up to like 7 million views. But that single Dark and Darker short earns me like $300 a month at this point, and that's insane. I gotta go find out. I gotta go find who clipped that and send them a gift. I'm gonna start. Maybe that's a real thing I should do. If you clip something and I make it into a short and it gets over 1 million views, I send you a little gift. I think that's actually a good thing. I think that's a genuine good idea. A genuine good idea. That short's fucking crazy. The short? Yeah, absolutely. Hold on, sorry. This is going to be part of the Dome Keeper video. This is the last time. I'm going to finish this run. YouTube. I should make little normal pins. That's a great idea. Not my premium. No, get out of there. I hit the wrong button. And I'm going to go big cam in case it's like, this is your address for premium, right? Let's see if I did a good decision. Nah, it just showed me like, here's stuff from music artists you like. Rick Astley, The Locust, and Toys That Kill. Thank you, YouTube. All right. YouTube Studio. Let me step into my studio. So, shorts by views, we're 5.8 million on this one. 5.8 mil. It's a short from 2023. This one. You all keep coming up here, and I love you for it. This video gets so many comments every day. It's nuts. I feel like if a teammate comes in, they'll see me. We don't want that. What's crazy too is so many of the comments now are like, how did he do that? This doesn't work. And stuff like that. And like I reply to some of them being like, hey, this is a year-old clip. There have been 100 changes to the game since this. Do not come closer this way, dude. I'm over it. I'm dead. Just walk a little more forward, please. Yes. Oh my god. Dude, there's no one in it. There's no one in here. That happened in a different room. Just leave. Oh my god. What a clip. But yeah, like, that's insane. That's nuts. And before anyone's like, wow, Rich Justin, good for you, Rich Justin. This makes up for like the fucking like $1,000 less I make a month on Twitch lately. So that's crazy for a single short. But the thing is, my channel is earning, I mean, that's estimated lifetime in a year. In a year, it's made that much. But even still, that's nuts. And like, I've got one right behind it. Like, these also are all still going well. Wait, if I sort by views, why is that one? Why is this above this one? What's going on? Why is there a 1 million viewer lower than a 700 if I'm sorted by views? What are you doing, YouTube? I have some of these got ad suitable, and I just never fixed them and never put them up. And like, I was like, oh, why did it do this? And then I open it and I'm like, oh, because I'm swearing like a fucking dickhead. Oh, I guess it's going by comments. Weird. Interesting. But yeah, this one just came out. I have to, every single construction sim video, I have to upload and then hit request review, and then the review comes back being like, well, at the 2-hour mark, someone said cunt. And then I have to go, oh no. And then I have to go in and edit it. And that someone is Ravs. Every time. Fuck. Slash marker. Hold on. Slash marker. I said the C word. Cut this whole part out. right. Sorry, Arma. But yeah, I cut all of the Dome Keepers into single videos, and it didn't take me too long, but getting them all up and scheduled sucks. I have the sealed. I had to upload it because in the first 10 seconds I curse. But yeah, that's the old YouTube right there. I did look at my cat's doppelgangers. They're very cute. I love them. Let's just take a peer in the comments quick. Yes. Yes. Ah, thank you. I love Steel Erection Company. That's really good. Oh man. Every now and again, God, what's the name of the actor from The Boys who plays like the snarky British guy? What's his name? I care. Every now and again, I get mean comments, and actually, Bo is a sweetheart, and Bo goes through and like deletes the bad comments for me occasionally, so I don't have to see them. But someone did comment on one of my Dark and Darker videos. Fat Carl Urban strikes again. And I replied saying, you know what? I'll take it. He's handsome. I could kind of see it, I guess. I guess I accept. I accept. Yeah, it's Butcher. Oh, man. Hold up. Ooh, I'll be right back. 1 second. So sorry.
Over $1,200,200,000,000,000.
I hate when I mute and walk away and I come back yapping around the corner and I sit down and I'm still talking and then I realize I'm like, they can't fucking hear me. Oh, thank you. Sorry. I had a moment of oh no. My camera says there's a person at my back door and my heart stopped. And then I looked and I was like, oh. So I had to go say hello to a friend real quick. While he dropped off some things for me. Now I'm just gonna send him a little thank you. Yeah, I got my math right. All right. Was it food? Sure. Yeah. All right. I'm going to get back in the Dome Keeper. Hi. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. I'm happy to have you here. No, it didn't. I knew he was popping by. I just didn't know it was right now. I was sick. Just kind of shooting the shit. A friend of mine. He was like, oh, how you doing, man? Like, what are you up to? And I'm like, honestly, I'm doing my 10-year fucking anniversary doing this shit full time. And he was like, what the fuck, man? That's crazy. He's like, how many people are watching you right now? And I was like, I don't know, man, like 400 or 500. And he was like, that's fucking crazy. And then we did a little fist bump. That was it. All right. Back to the dome. Let me do one more marker. I feel like this is probably helpful for when Armo's grabbing my stuff. Marker. Back to dome. Probably shouldn't have any of that in a video either. Whoops. Hold on. What am I doing? I'm green screened. I markered. Oh, I have to bring my mouse back here and hit lock. And now I should be okay. Cool. Whoop, whoop. Okay. Hopefully these runs continue to be not so bad. Yeah, I think as long as we focus on the Super Saiyan guys when we see them. God, if I didn't get the double laser, this run would be over by now. He's going Super Saiyan. I can't have that. All right, hold on. We have a few Doritos worth of heals, so I'm not going to panic yet. I'm panicked. We're leaving. There were too many Super Saiyan, and I lost like 3 Doritos instantly. Ooh. 35,120. Mr. 473 highest score, they call him. Holy. That is very funny to like ramble for like 30 minutes before a combat and then have to leave immediately. Oh my god. Yeah, new PB by far. My god. What's crazy to me is that it's only 473. I don't even know how you would get the multiplier higher. I mined the whole map out. There's nothing left. Simply crazy. Damn. I got it. Yeah, that's true. My god. No, I mean, whew. This is going to be a fun time lapse to watch. This is going to be so satisfying. A cobalt tree? That's a good point. Yeah, I think you really need a cobalt tree. Now, when you get a cobalt tree, does it matter how many cobalts it hits? Like, if you hit multiple cobalts with a single tree, will you get it faster or more of it? Or does it just have to touch one and you're good? Thank you, Ross. Hello, hello. There's a Prestige Pro mode, no shit. You can select the Gadget Cave Supplement order? What do you mean? Like you could pick what you find? Multiple you get more, but it's rare. Gotcha. Oh wow. That's kind of wacky. Do you go in the same leaderboard as the other people? Wow. Okay, so yeah, so you could like kind of set yourself up for a good run. That's kind of crazy. That's cool, and I also don't love it. Restarts coming to get good RNG. That's fair. That does make sense. And that's not surprising. Yeah, the drill will always go through bedrock, and it'll eventually hit a bottom and end. I'm curious if I did miss a big section in there, but I think I eventually got to everything. Again, this is a run I played over 3 full days. Like, I think run 1 was an hour and maybe 2 hours. Session 2 was about an hour and a half, and then this session was just about like 30-40 minutes of game, probably. I did find that stuff on the left. I didn't miss a single gadget. I found every, like, everything that would give me an unlock. And yeah, I eventually get to every vein and, like, surround it. I don't imagine it would have changed, yeah. There is a single little pile on the bottom left we didn't even mine to. But, like, at this point, I'd already deemed it done. Look at that. That's crazy. Absolutely goofy. God. Unlock a new element. New game mode. Concentrate on the most efficient mining in the world without monsters. Last 20 cycles. That's cool. So I unlocked that one. There's prestige. Wait, where would that be? Oh, minor, yeah. Oh, countdown. Interesting. Oh, I see. Interesting. Yeah, sticky buns. Hello, hello. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's crazy that you could order this stuff. Okay. But yeah, in that case, I guess tree would go to the top. Let me think of what order I'd want to do. Tree would be top for sure. Then I would want this next. And then I'm thinking that. Seems good to me. Although there's all this too. But I think these can go towards the end. I'm not really super concerned with these. Well, I guess this is probably a pretty important one. Because it'll make more Doritos.
Yeah, brother!
So I'm actually going to do that there. Yeah. Westwood, happy 62 months, and thank you, Angrily. Thank you, everybody. Again, I'm gonna be yapping a lot about it this weekend, but I'm so happy I still get to do this. Genuinely, it's like it is like fucking kind of dream come true shit in a lot of ways. Even though it wasn't a thing I like. It's crazy to think that when I was doing this, it wasn't really a thing. Like there was no like, oh yeah, I stream full time, except for like 2 people, and even them. They were like doing other shit. Like a thought I had when I got partnered 10 years ago. A thought I had 10 years ago when I got partnered is that this is so cool, but it sucks that I missed the boat. I'm happy I got partner, but it sucks that it was so late. That was a thing I said 10 years ago. Amazing. Amazing stuff. You know, a thing I hate to admit, because it was a turning point for Twitch, which is crazy, and other Twitch people will also say this. It's nuts to think, and not a single one of you is in my channel because you saw Ninja play fucking Fortnite with Drake. But that is when Twitch exploded. And that's kind of crazy to consider. Thank you, Ninja, for helping my my job become more of a thing. That's very funny. I genuinely, and I don't know if this is just me, you're here because of the Goo Crew? I was about to say. I don't know if this is, I think this is genuine. I don't think this is just me being like nice to people I like and consider my friends. I think people like fucking all the folks associated with the Goo Crew coming to Twitch is responsible for a lot of my favorite fucking chatters I see on Twitch, you know? Having people like that coming onto the platform and people who appreciate those kind of folks and like their humor. I think there's a lot of people who are on Twitch because of those folks. Not even just like in this channel, but just on Twitch. Hell yeah, TD. And hell yeah, post crack. I love all that. I got into Twitch because of fucking StarCraft, of all things initially. I liked watching StarCraft. And the other angle was that I didn't like playing single-player games, but it started with my buddy Stockenborg. Like, a lot of my friends started just streaming their playing games. And we would just sit and mumble and talk to each other. You know? I made like $125 off my Fortnite creator code, and then they kept telling me there was issues processing my business info for taxes, and then over time they went, we are going to keep the money and you are no longer a Fortnite partner. I was like, okay. I'm happy to have made Epic $150. Thank you, Born Stray. Thank you, J Master Blast. Thanks, folks. Thank you, Parthrax. So everyone knows too, today's going to be a normal stream. Tomorrow, nothing over the top, but I want to do at least a 12-hour stream tomorrow where every hour I focus on a year. We've got 10 years to go through. That's 10 years of clips, 10 years of dabbling in games I haven't played since that time, but I figure we're going to do an hour a year tomorrow. And I would love to start that by like 10 a.m. If I'm doing an hour a year, I'd love to be done by 10 p.m. I do have to go to the gym on Monday morning. All-timer, Gerch. All-timer. Alright, gadget order. So I get to... Wow. This is a tough one for me. Because I feel like right out the gate...
Yeah, brother!
Yayo! Frosted. Frosted bite. Thank you. Happy 19 months. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Dr. Drillbert. I do love a Drillbert. That's fair, Stygian. Yeah, I'm always curious what brought people just to Twitch in general. Like, what was the first thing that made you go, I'm going to watch a stream? Like, I really think that's interesting for everyone. And it's always a very different answer for everyone. Alright, I'd love a resource converter. StarCraft for you too. Twitch plays Pokemon, got you to click on the first time, that's great. NLSS and Cinnamon Toast Can. Am I familiar with Cinnamon Toast Can? Speedruns? Yeah, I was big on speedruns. Jay Smith, let's go. Old Josh. From Ryan Isaac era. Fuck, I lost chat. Hold on. Whoa, I'm going back. When someone got timed out, I'm assuming it linked something. Or like it thought something was a link that wasn't, rather. Whoa, Dog Dozer said GSL. Yep. I was all GSL for me. That was what got me watching it first. Total Biscuit. League of Legends. Street Fighter 4. Sips, okay. Co-Star, I love Co. League of Legends. NLSS. So many. Competitive Isaac, oh shit. Let's go. I remember Boiler. You saw Sean playing PUBG, let's go. I love that. Ghibli and DBJ. Jeez. Love that. Prank Wars with Beef. Nice. Nice. That's one I've heard many times. Ah, that's so cool, Bengals. I'm honored. That's wild and humane. That's a crazy trail. From Kurt's Vlog stream, let's go. I love that. Sorry, I find this fascinating, genuinely. Oh, hell yeah, Rax. That's cool, Ogun. I once sat at a table with a bunch of YouTubers and streamers I didn't know very well at a charity event, but Quill was one of them. Just like shooting the shit and talking shop. But I remember the whole time sitting there being like, I shouldn't be at this table. These guys are all successful. This is a table of successful people. That's when I learned some people get like contracts with people like Microsoft for 6 figures to do things. And I'm sitting there like, I got like $300 for a sponsorship. It was very insightful though. It was very insightful. Let's see. Fuck. I don't know what I want to run. Underground station seems pretty invaluable because you never have to go up. But if you do things like worms, you have to go up to get worms. Maybe I don't though. Maybe I just say that to heck with worm. But I think you need worms if you want to extract enough. That's wild, Mushy. I think that was also one of the first channels I ever subbed to. That was a very long time ago. I haven't been by in probably a decade. I don't know. So it didn't feel weird having to like select the order of what shows up first in the rooms, but this is killing me. I don't know why I find this so difficult. This one's really hard. I have a funny story about them that I shan't tell. I've told before without naming them. Waiting for the chat detectives to draw lines in their heads right now. Let's see. Because of the selection screen? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, should I space them out? Like, should I put this with 2 or 3 things I hate? You know? Like a resource converter with, like the stun laser and the autocannon. Actually, I think I like this. Well, the Spire actually did a lot of work for me. Like, is that like the way to min-max it? You do them in sets of 3? Because I think I do get 3 choices per. So then I would do like resource converter, dud. I feel like teleporter. I really want to do teleporter. I feel like teleporter is my key. Fair. I think I actually want teleporter first. Well, let's see what happens. I'm going to do teleporter, resource converter. I'm just going to put all the stuff I want high. Condenser. Well, I don't know if you can do resource converter and condenser, but I think I might do these instead of worms. I think a converter and a condenser over worms. Teleporter, converter, condenser, spire. Drillbird, I think, would be cool. I don't know if I'm going with the worms. Let's just leave it at this and see what happens. I think I'm vibing. Actually, no, I'm not fully vibing yet. I want dome armor to be high up. Not that high. I like this. I don't know if Drillbird is the way, but I'm gonna try. Well, don't I get to take a thing with me? Don't I get to start with something? Supplement order. Oh god. Ah, fuck. This is brutal. Power drill. Double laser. Teleport resources. Teleport resources is like number 1. Dynamic duo. Iron refinement. That's all the stuff I really care about for now. Oh, that's right. Drillbert takes a spot. I did not consider that. Maybe I don't go with the Drillbert then. Maybe I just go with the middle drill. The drill down the middle. Maybe that's smarter. I don't think I care about the side drillers in that case either. Maybe I do. It is nice to just have that shit automatically go. I just won't have it high up. Alright, let's add this to the top. We're going to have teleport resources at the very top. You're going to the bottom. Iron refinement, or power drill, goes there. No, power drill at the tippy top. Teleport resources next. Iron refinement, double laser, side driller. I think that looks good to me. Good enough. Let me hit close, please. It keeps going back up. Why? There we go. Gadget order. Drillbert, you're over. Drill. You're in. But not at the tippy top. You're gonna be one down. Let's see how this runs. Okay. Endless prestige. Laser. We don't need drones. We go shield. Laser, shield. We can get such a longer run with shield. Alright. Let's see it. I forgot to run ads, so there's no pre-rolls, but like, that's fine. Let's get in there. So each color section has the gadgets, right? Like that's the layer. Like I'm gonna find the seed in this top layer. Okay, that's what I thought. I'll fly back up with these. To be in the mines. Yeah, no, it's fair. Let me get my speed up. I feel like I like getting speed first. I think I'll make the Dorito tree right there so it's near the top. And all three, like one of each resource, you mean? I wish there was one more resource there. That could be a 2 though. It's a candidate. Yeah, it's not a bad tree. I'll see what happens though, because I might find something better. I don't need to mine those right away anyway, so they could just chill. Let me bring these 3 home. Bit of a slow start. This is endless. Endless at the moment. We just finished a 3-day endless run. But I have now discovered, thanks to chat, that you can kind of set custom gadget orders and stuff. Oh, if we get a Dorito too, this could be a 3. Oh my god. This is the 3 right here, baby. So I think to make sure this go well, I did get out, and I got a new high score for myself. I can't remember what exactly it was. Now, I just needed to touch one of those irons, right? I could break the other 2. Okay. It could just be a single strip. It doesn't need to be, Oh, you know what? I should probably go back, because I am slow. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so I'm going to break those over there on the left. Oh, why are you going to be up there? You're so far away from my laser. Okay, let's get our old drill up. I'm not going to grab that just yet, because I don't need it just yet. A beautiful tree spot. You know, let me get 4. I want to upgrade my carry strength next.
Yeah, brother!
Hey, Chili! Happy 92 months. God. This is a lot of months. Thank you. Aw, thank you, Mesignosis. More than anything, it's crazy. My brain's favorite part of the fact that my anniversary is this far in, like, there's a little bit of, like, weird time dread I get over the fact, like, wow, it's been a long time, huh? Like I was saying before, I've been streaming for the same length of time it took me to become born and then go to my first punk show. That's horrifying. That said, oh, I love the fact that I haven't made any of you so mad. Like, I'm sure I've pissed many of you off at some point, but I haven't made any of you so mad that you left forever, and that's so reassuring for me. That's such a beautiful reassurance for me. That makes me feel so nice. Yeah, I'm sure I have. We don't go into any details to what made me piss you off. I don't want to know. But yeah, I'm glad no one. You know, I'm sure I absolutely have lost people over the years, but the fact that anyone still watches me, I'm like, oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Oh, nice. I'm into so much shit. There's an unbelievable amount of shit. I'm trying to think of any specifics. It's hard to, like, pick. I'm very picky with music in general. Like, I think I like everything from pretty much every genre. I'm just very picky about it. Hexagon! Thank you! Thank you. Thank you very much. Me too. Thank you. Oh. Benevolent parasocial interaction. What could be better? Ah, thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, baby. Got a thing. So this should be my teleporter. Fuck. I think I was in the middle of answer. Oh, yeah. So bands, I mean, just to rattle off some random favorite bands of mine. Many of which are probably punk bands. Or adjacent. Dillinger 4. Probably forever my favorite. Fucked Up, always going to be in my top. Propaganda, always going to be in my top. Oh, I'm going to get beat up a little bit here. Going to get a little bit beat up. Teleporter. So yeah, everything does show up immediately. I want to see if it cut those things out of the pool or not, you know? I don't know the implications. Of me not picking the other things. Amazing, very good. Yeah, I'm like super picky in the music I like, but I like a lot of different music. Aw, Millencolin's so fun. Love Millencolin. Those beautiful Swedish boys? I think they're a Swedish band, right? Rutabaga! Thank you. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. I was never a big Lagwagon guy, but I'm not a Lagwagon hater at all. Like, Lagwagon's one of those bands I just never really got into, but I'd always be like, yeah, I could see myself getting into them. Thank you, Rutabaga. Appreciate that. Oh, D5. Damn. No, I'm not up on D5. I'm a music appreciator. I feel like more than anything, like I feel like you said it recently, Avara. You're just a live music appreciator. I'm like, oh yeah, that is the perfect way to put it. I'm gonna get the invulnerability dome right away thing, or the invulnerability upgrade, because I think it is huge, actually. I was never a big Bad Religion guy either, but the Record Suffer is like fantastic. I've always been, I'm not always. When I was talking to Sips recently about music, I said that I was mostly a full record guy, and that I don't usually just listen to songs. But that's not really true. I just do both. I do like equal amounts of both, I think. I'm gonna fly on home. I could have used my teleporter, which I just remembered I have. All right, so I have one invulnerability charge. Which if an army of little men come to hit me, I'll just hit it when they're coming. Well, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kill these and then hit the invulnerability when the little men are jumping at me. I think that's the play. You little fools, you barely did anything. Feels good. No, it's always been Twitch for me for streaming. I never, like, it's weird. Like, I only really started streaming on Twitch just because my friends were. Like, that's kind of it. And because this was the place StarCraft was when I was watching StarCraft. Like, that's all it took for me. But yeah, no, I never really dabbled in streaming on any other service. But I've been doing adjacent stuff a long time. Like, I used to do a Shoutcast radio show when I was, like, a teenager. I was doing audio streaming. That shit was fun. I would advertise on MySpace that I was doing it. And I would get random people to come in and listen to me yap about music. Hell yeah, Michael. I love that. I did one for Ultima Online for a bit too. Someone ran a service called UO Radio, and they would get people from each server to host their own show. And I was the one who was hosting the Siege Perilous show occasionally, because that was the server I played on. Alright, so I should have found the seed by now, no? Or is there no thing in the very top level? Oh god, I gotta go back. Yup, that was where my gaming sicko prowess began. Was UO. I played on Catskills in 1998 and 1999. And then in 2000, I started playing on Siege Perilous. And I played there until like 2005, probably. Maybe 2004. I think that's around the time I stopped playing. Yeah, the Siege Perilous sicko. Oh. Thank you. Fly these home. But yeah, there's no more for me to dig on this level. Unless it would be like a round and up, maybe. But I don't know if I should just go down another level. Or if I should try to like wiggle around the sides. I don't know what's best to do. Oh, so there is no thing in the first top one? Okay. It's okay. Whoops. I like that you can cancel the teleport when you fuck it up. That's a nice feature. Carry this with me. Alright, let's upgrade our weapon a little bit. The big punchy guy. I'm glad I upgraded my weapon right now, or else I would be so doomed. Yeah, I remember hearing the old Lord British assassination tale. So my very first experience in Ultima Online would have been in 1998, which would have made me 13 years old, which is the same amount of time I've been streaming. The amount of time I've been a Twitch streamer is the same amount of time it took me to be born and play Ultima Online for the first time. That makes me... I feel faint. I'm gonna pass out. Jesus fucking Christ. That's insane. Oh. Yeah, I am slowly fading away. Oh my god. Anyway. With that in mind, what was I gonna say? Holy shit. But yeah, my first experience on UO, I spawned in Brit at the inn, and a guy rolls up on a horse and goes, "Hey, you new?" I learned later that there's like a new player spawn spot, and he's like, "Hey, are you new?" And I went, "Yeah, it's my first time." And he was like, "Here, follow me." And we just like walk away a little bit, and he trades me a horse, and he goes, "Here, there's a horse you could ride," and like shows me how to get on it and stuff. And I was like, "Wow, thanks." I can go back again. And he like, you know, tells me a few things, and he's like, "Oh, there's a really good area for leveling up your skills just to the north here. Do you want me to show you?" And I went, "Yeah." And he took me up to the cemetery north of Britain and killed me. And then he also killed the horse he had just given me, and then said a lot of bad words at me and took my clothes and put them on, and like they went crazy with it. And I think I genuinely might have like cried a little bit. I was like 13, and I was like, I've never been owned like this in my life. It was overwhelming. It was so overwhelming. But then I was like, man, I gotta play this game. Well, this is the game for me, was my takeaway from that.
Yeah, brother.
Yonder boy. Happy 13 months. Thank you. Thank you. So a funny thing with UO2, for anyone who never played it, I'll go into like extra detail here. Aw, thank you, Yonder boy. I really, really do appreciate that. Sorry, I'm quick to say thank you quickly, and then I go back and like actually read. Thank you. So in UO, look at that, popped up right here. In 1999, they split the world up into essentially two mirrors of itself. Thunder. Happy 3 months. Thank you. Thunder. Thank you. Thank you. They actually broke it up into two worlds. It was Trammel and Felucia. And the whole thing there was, UO was always a pretty cutthroat game, and I started playing it in its cutthroat era. But then there was a moment where they went, okay, we're gonna have a good world and a bad world. And in the good world, all the trees have leaves, and you can't attack other players. You're just PvEing and role-playing and shit like that. There's no combat with other players in Trammel, which was the overworld. Or you can go through a moon gate and go to Felucia, where none of the trees have leaves, and there is open PvP everywhere except for in cities. Which there is technically still PvP in cities, but you'll get killed by guards immediately if you do it. As you can imagine, so the game also had housing. And people took the housing really seriously. Fisticles, happy 18 months. Thank you. Thank you. People took the housing real seriously. As an example, I was in a role-playing guild who spent 2,000 real dollars on their castle in 1998. That's a lot of money in 1998. But castles were rare to get because they took up so much room, and there was a finite room for housing. That was the whole shit. That was the whole thing with it. Yo, what's up, Ryan? Probably nothing, which is really funny. Happy 82 months. So, there was a finite area for housing because the map was just the size it was. And a castle took up enough room that you could fit fucking 20 normal houses. And the game, again, was very cutthroat. So, as soon as a housing spot would open, you'd have people slamming houses on it as quick as they fucking could. That's all to say, me and my buddy Brendan, who's a local friend of mine, we wanted to get our first house, but we couldn't afford a house in Trammel because Trammel was the safe area. All the housing spots were taken, so you couldn't place a house naturally anywhere. But we found a little area just south of Trinsic on the server we were on, in Felucia, where we could have a house because there were a little bit of spots. So we placed a house just south of Trinsic. It was a little 3-story small tower, like an 8x8 3-story. And the thing I loved about it was that we had a rooftop where I had a little table set up with a chessboard, and me and my friends could play chess in UO. Long story short, I'm getting to is that we apparently moved into a role-playing guild's area. And we're sitting there playing chess one day on the roof of our keep, and you could see people outside when they walk by and actually talk to each other because you're outside technically on your roof. And some guys walk up, and they started role-playing mafia guys, being nice house you got there. You didn't know this was I didn't know the name of the guild. Yeah, you guys are new, huh? You didn't know this was a blank neighborhood. Oh, yeah, that's really something. Well, this isn't really such a safe place. Something bad could happen to you if you keep living here. You should probably consider moving out. And we were just and I just remember thinking oh, this is interesting. And we didn't move out, and then they just started relentlessly murdering us every time we left our house. It was ridiculous. I think we did eventually move out just so we'd stop getting killed all the time. Such a fun game, though. A game that really encouraged being a rat and just doing nasty stuff. I miss it. It is what made me the way I am in games today. What game? Ultima Online. One final UO story that I'll tell while I'm playing Domekeeper. I don't need to pause the game for this one. So UO had a literal stealing skill, and a stealth skill, and a hiding skill. And the whole thing with UO is that you didn't just pick your character and your skills and stuff. You had to use skills to level them up. Hold on. I've got my strat here. We got this. Beautiful. In UO, you would level up skills. So, I had a thief. I loved my thief. And he had stealth, and he had hiding, and he had, and the stealing skill, and snooping. The snooping skill would let you open someone's backpack, and you could target an item in it. and then you could queue up, steal item, select last targeted object. And you could just go stealth. You'd get 10 or 13 steps in stealth. You stealth, you have your item selected. You wait for someone to seem like they're sitting still. You stealth by, you hit your hotkey for steal last item selected, and you just keep walking by. And by the time they notice the item's gone, you're 10 steps away and you're still hidden. It was such a rush. And like you would steal items, like I would steal shit and eBay it for like 100 real dollars, which is amazing for a broke 16-year-old, you know? Thank you, Cosmic. All the money I made up until I was like 20 fucking years old was selling items in video games. It's real theft, I know! It's amazing! I remember getting death threats from an old man because I stole a Power Scroll out of his backpack, which eBayed for $90. It was a Majory Power Scroll. And he sent me messages being like, come on, give it back. Like, this is how I make my living. And I was like, bro, I'm going to sell it for $90, and now this is my living. And then he was like, I'm going to fucking kill you. And I was like, I'm a child. Oh, God. But yeah, 1 million gold on my server sold for $20. And like, I must have sold like 200, 300 million gold over the years. I would PvP all day, sell people shit, sell the stuff on eBay, and just like rinse repeat. I loved it. So fun. EverQuest in 99. So EverQuest I never played, but I watched a friend play a lot of EverQuest, and I was always very interested in it. But my problem was that I became such like a PvP fucking junkie in UO. And I know EverQuest had PvP on some level. I don't remember what it was like, but I remember being like, it's not good enough. It's not good enough for me. I need it to be harder and meaner. So one more quick UO story was there was a guy in a guild that we didn't get along with, and God, I mean I stole from everyone on that server at some point, but again it was within the limits of the game. But long story short, there was a guy who like very straight up was like, I've seen you and your mother at this diner, and named the diner I go to with my mom. And he was like, I'm gonna fucking kill you. And I leaned into it. I was just like, bro, you're 40. I'm 16. This is pathetic. Like, are you thinking, like, have you looked at yourself? And like, nothing ever came of it. I knew what he looked like too. So, because there was like a thread on the UO message board of like, post your picture. And people used it purely to harass others. Yeah. He lived 2 towns away from me. And an adult man. Who fucking hated me. There's always the part of me that's like, I love talking old UO stories and shit in here, but also I'm like, it'd be cool to like not run into a lot of those people ever again. At the same time, probably. Well, Counter-Strike was even crazier. Like, I was in Counter-Strike leagues, but your full name had to be in your league profile. So, as you can imagine, that led to some shit. A story that I will never forget. Was that we also, my Counter-Strike team played on LAN a couple times, and Stockenborg was one of the people on my team. I love Stockenborg, but Stockenborg has always been like one of the people who I think is the most skilled at making people mad I've ever known. Like, just truly, like, has a charm for saying just the wrong thing at someone intentionally. I think he's just very good at prodding at people, but I've always found it very funny. I've always gotten along with him. And again, you know, we were younger too. But anyway, there was some team we played a Counter-Strike match against, and there was like your douchey typical kind of like, you know, back then it was, you know, like, oh, everyone's e-thugging, like they're acting very hard on the internet. There was a team we played a Counter-Strike match against, and one of them in their league profile had a poem. And I want to say, like, right as our match started, Stockenborg said something along the lines of like, something like, cool poem, bro. like clearly being sarcastic. The guy responds, like, fuck you, man. It's about my mother who passed away. To which Stockenborg says something like, that's even worse. Like, how could you disrespect her like that? And then the guy was like, I'm gonna fucking stab you at Web to Zone in New York City. Which was a place we were going to do a LAN tournament at. But then at the tournament, that team showed up and genuinely stayed across the street. Like, we were all standing out front, like, just shooting the shit and, like, smoking cigarettes and shit. And we just see that team standing across the street. And, like, we were openly, like, laughing at them and being like, look at them across the street. They won't even cross the street until we leave. That's funny. But we were also all over 6 feet tall. And they were, like, 16-year-olds. But so were we, mostly, so. Good old days. Good old days. God. Unbelievable. So it did put all the gadgets in one. I think I do need to put them in sets of 3. But let's see if these two come back on the next gadget. I think teleport resources is probably... I'm gonna get teleport resources. I think that's pretty big. Because I can do things like this. Oh, you know, Stockenborg is a gift for that shit. This is amazing. Yeah. It's no surprise that when he was still doing a lot of gaming, we were playing a lot of like Arma BR and shit like that, and fucking Daisy. Stockenborg was like my Daisy partner. That was who I played a ton of Daisy with, and as you can imagine, we were fucking demons in that game. That is some shit. I miss that so much too. I streamed some of it. But that was also around the time where, like, I felt like I had just missed the boat on Twitch. I had some, like, really big streams with DayZ and some videos get huge, but I still got partner denied. And I was like, oh, I'm never going to get a partnership. And then I was streaming a lot of DayZ, but I started getting stream sniped anytime I played. And in Arma, it was really easy to do annoying shit like load into someone's game and then spawn 500 Harrier jets on their head. So that shit started happening to me every time I played DayZ on stream. So I stopped streaming it. Or I would try to like hide the servers I was in. But most of my best DayZ moments weren't streamed. And that breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Right, Eric? 100% I'm with you there. 100,000%. That is very accurate. This is just teleporting yourself takes less time. Not items, right? Well, that does say teleport duration. Let's find out. Science. It did make the resources teleport faster. All right, that's good to know. And like also really good. We're gonna do that. I'm gonna teleport back real quick just to take a look. That's so cool. I love the teleporter. Good item. Alright, that sky fucker's a real problem. I'm gonna hit the shield now just to avoid that sky guy beating my ass. Let's see, I really gotta get some upgrades. I'm realizing now I'm not gonna have the drones weakening shit by like 40%. And I think that's gonna mean, I don't know if that's worth the dome being stronger or not yet. We'll find out, I guess. Oh. Yeah, again, thank you. I'm going to be saying thank you a lot. But I am, I don't know. I'm so happy that this is, like, it's crazy that I'm getting to do this stream. You know what I mean? Just so crazy. So cool. Of course, thank you. Ah, thanks, Bifati. Thanks. God damn. Yeah, I'm so just I will always be thrilled that I get to or got to do this. It's hard. So it's one of those, for years I was just like, oh, this is going well, but it's gonna die soon. And like I felt that way for a long time. And then I hit the wall of like, damn, this has been going so long that like maybe it's just gonna, you know, I'm good at this. Like this will keep going. But I don't want to let myself get too comfortable because I'm like, that's when it fucking dies. As soon as I go, no, this is gonna keep going. 10 years? It's gonna go 10 more easy. That's when it's gonna just fucking poof. I gotta stay on my toes. I gotta bring this home. Forgot. Just got a thing sitting there. Ugh. Yeah, I feel like even if Twitch were to die, I think I'm at a point now, and I'm not trying to overestimate myself here, but I do think I'm at a point now that no matter what happens to like the platforms, that folks will find me kind of wherever I go. Anything shy of me doing something like abhorrent, which I don't think I'll do. I don't imagine. Let's do drilling rig next. So the items do stay. The ones you don't pick do stay. Drilling rig. Straight to wide tunnel. But we're not... I should probably just do these. Yo, the Velvet Knight. Happy 4 months. So it is my promise to you that I will never move to Kick and I will never move to Rumble. Ever. Ever, ever. That's wild. Yeah, those are the HC Justin guarantee. The only way that would ever happen would be if they would give me enough money to retire, and then I would throw on purpose. Don't listen to that, people who might pay me enough to retire, to move to your bad platform. Let's see. I should get activated on depletion. Now we have 2 instances of invulnerability. I mean, the pick me leftist on Kick. God, there's already a fucking plenty of those. Ain't no shortage of those on there already. Sad to say. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. God, there was someone... I won't go into any like detail here because I'm never really interested in like copious amounts of talking shit. But there's a streamer I knew who like pretty chill. Like I don't know. They seemed, we're gonna die and that's okay. I didn't do a good start. There was a streamer I met who seemed pretty chill, but I was just like talking a bit of guff on Kick, and then they hit me with the unfollow and like subtweet, and they're just constantly fucking out there trying to be like, not everyone on Kick is bad, look at me. And I'm like, God, you are so disappointing. But yeah, no, they don't fuck with me anymore. There are other people I know on Kick who like, again, I'm not gonna like sit here and be like, you can't watch anyone on Kick, fuck them. Like, I get it. I am also talking from a place of, I get to make a living on Twitch. And for a platform paying that out, I get that people would be like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it there. You know, I get it. I get it. But I think if you're the kind of streamer that like preaches certain shit, no longer get it. I am no longer getting it, and I'm no longer agreeing with you on that. Oh. I'm gonna try Shield Laser one more time. Shield Laser one more time. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Sigurd. How you doing? No, Hollis. Don't joke about those things. That is funny. There is one OSRS streamer I like a lot, and as far as I know, they still stream here. I don't really ever watch because I'm not an OSRS guy, but I've played other games with them and they seemed chill. I'm gonna try this one more time, but better. Yeah, old school RuneScape. No, it's Will. It's Will. I think their name is It's Will. I want to say I met them through doing shit with Chapo. I think maybe they jumped in on a Chapo CS session once. Where would my longest subs be? So I will say I didn't realize this happened, and I should have. And then I didn't fix it right away, and now I just feel like a prick. But all of my subs did cancel when I switched my Twitch payment method off of PayPal and onto a credit card that'll at least give me some reward points. I'm so old. But, what was I gonna say? I can't remember. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. My brain is so, it's very fast today. I've got fast brain today, but like in a positive way. It's a fast brain day. Yeah, I'm so old. Proceeds to completely forget what he's saying. No, I did take my meds today. I did. Oh yeah, PayPal. Oh yeah, so a lot of my longest subs just stopped auto-subbing. And I told myself, I was like, you know what? I'll just resub to people as I go to their chats. Kind of forgetting that I don't really go to anyone's chats anymore. So a lot of my subs did just stop, and I always feel guilty about that. I don't like that. I'm sure y'all get it. I'm sure you feel guilty whenever you have to or do cancel a sub. I try to make sure no one ever gets like sub-shamed in here. Good tree spot here. If we could live until the tree. Good, good. I know some people do. I think a lot of the Twitch model works on guilt and the FOMO and the feeling like you can't talk in a chat full of people with badges if you don't have one. Like I know not everyone feels this way, but I do know people have told me they feel this way. I try to make sure this isn't a place where you'd feel that way. Help me break my hype train record. Yeah. Why would you feel guilt? I don't know. Imagine you're, I'd say imagine a smaller stream. Say you're watching a streamer who like, you've been subbed to for a little bit, but you can't really, either you can't or you don't want to sub anymore. And you know that there's someone who's like, yeah, I wish I had some more subs, like I've been rallying for it, but it's hard. I could see feeling a little guilty, being like, oh fuck, I'll feel bad if I talk in there without a badge. Like I think that's a thing. That's why I also try to emphasize whenever I'm talking money stuff or, like when I'm complaining about all the, like the med bill bullshit, I try to like cool it on that a little bit sometimes because I don't want anyone to take it as like a, oh fuck, Justin needs my money, As a collective, yeah, if I want to be a full-time streamer, I do, but I never want anyone to feel like personally responsible for my shit. You rotate your subs. I think that's a good way to do it. I know a lot of folks who do that. And I have to imagine, too, like, in my head as a streamer, early on, if I saw someone unsubbed, it was easy to be like, oh, fuck. I fucked up. But, like, shit. Again, I've been doing this full-time for 10 years, so I get it at this point.
You better not get horny.
Hey, thank you, 4J. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, people do what they do for who they can, and, like, I also know that, like, I quickly learned that if someone unsubbed from me because they, like, were mad at me for some reason, or, like, I didn't do something wrong because they wouldn't still be watching, Like, they wouldn't still be chatting. At least I don't think so. I don't think a lot of you are hate watching. But yeah, like, I don't think anyone's going to be like, I'm going to unsub from this guy and still talk every day. In, like, a malicious way. Jesus Christ. It's why it stalled, and I was looking at it like, huh. Good Lord. Jesus, thank you. That's going to be saying you made me such a happy boy for a long time. Oh, the little piggies are back. Never mind, we're good. God damn, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm certain Avarica doesn't hate me. God damn. Thank you, thank you.
Avarica sottolineatura online gifted Tundriela subscription.
God, I love Giorgio.
Avarica sottolineatura online gifted dati ad un sub to
Giorgio, one of the best changes to this stream. And that was like 5 years ago. 5 years ago. Thank you. Ooh. You know, I was a big emote hater at the start, but I love the big emote. Big fan of the big emote. Thank you. Which one? The happy boy pic? Those are all real pics of me. Those are all real photos of me. These are 2 good tree spots, but none are a triple.
Little piggies. Oh, little piggies.
I also feel like I'm going really slow. I think part of where I died on the last one was I wasn't efficient. I had to get my moving thing speed up. Aw, I love Big Taco so much. It's so good. Thank you, everybody. Again, it's a mixture of there's like 1,000 different feelings I feel when I think about how it's like happy and relieved and proud, etc., that I still get to do this. What's that? God. Don't say that. He's gonna drop a ban drop on you for comments like that. He's got a sword. You watch yourself. Ryan knows he has carte blanche in this channel. Did I say that right? I hope I did. My ass trying to sound smart.
Avarica sottolineatura online gifted ex doxa subscription. Avarica sottolineatura online gifted dati ad un sub to ex doxa.
I gotta make more of those pictures. And Chibli face apping himself inspired me to make those alerts. A Chib inspired alert. What do we got here? No Dorito, it doesn't look like. If there was a close Dorito, I would do a tree here. I have not peeped the Civ 7 stuff. It comes out soon, right? Or at least it has a release date now? I need to reach out to them and be like, hey, I love your game. My name's Justin, and I like your game. February? Oh no, that's when I die. I still think about that wheel game all the time. For anyone who missed it, we were playing Jackbox. I asked the wheel... I think I asked the wheel first if I was gonna die, and it said yes. Or am I gonna die soon? I think it said yes. And then I want to say I asked the wheel again when, and it said Valentine's Day. So I gotta be careful. I'm staying home on Valentine's Day. I ain't going anywhere. Switching civs, that's cool. I have 3 days with civ? Damn. Well, it's gonna be a good 3 days. That is so funny. I love that, actually. Alright, I need to get so many things upgraded. I'm doing a bad job. But it's okay, we're gonna turn it into a good job. That's the beauty of this. We're gonna do a bad job until we do a good job. I also really want to play more Tarky PvE. I'm damn hooked. I've become damn hooked. Yes, Michael, you may. That is fine. That is okay. I genuinely just love the alerts so much. It makes me smile every time I hear it. I'm gonna carry these things home. The if? Yeah. It's not a guarantee. I'm working on it. I'll find immortality. That's how... I'm gonna find the immortality.
Little piggies. Oh, little piggies.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, thank you. Thanks, everybody. Again, I know I don't have to, but I'm gonna keep saying it all day. Thank you so much for being here. And everyone who has been here over the years. Immortality. Immortality. That's northern and southern. Immortality. Let's see. I should probably get the invulnerability shield. And then nothing else.
Averica sottolineatura online gifted Andrew una subscription. Averica sottolineatura online
that shield a little
gifted
better, too.
sub to Andrew. Averica sottolineatura online gifted Revolution 2 subscription. Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to Revolution. Averica sottolineatura online gifted mi fan experimenta subscription. Averica
So well that turn.
online gifted dati con sub to mi famous experiment.
Thank you, Rubber Knife. Thank you. Oh, let me see what this is. This is gonna be the teleporter? My drill is so weak. It's so sad.
Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to Putin forest.
You know, it'll be good to have you here.
Little piggies. Oh, little piggies.
It'll be a. I'll try to make it a good recovery here.
Online gifted through gaming subscription. Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to Trugam.
I have to clean off the cat tree again and catnip it because I want the cats to start hanging out on it again. They're just always in the living room. That is they love hanging out in there, and I don't. It's like the one room in my house I just kind of don't like hanging out in. That's a problem. Do I have enough to?
Oh, little piggies.
I'll do that though. Aw.
Little piggies. Oh, little piggies.
Those wonderful cats. God, the picture Carissa posted of clone Taco and Boba is so funny.
Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to M00666.
Little piggies. Oh, little piggies.
I love the shield so much. Huh? Okay.
Averica sottolineatura online gifted just me get one subscription. Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to just me get one.
Alright, let me start digging down the middle again.
Little piggies.
You know what I'm gonna do?
Little piggies.
I'm gonna take these back home and get some upgrades to my drill.
Averica sottolineatura online gifted Landrella subscription. Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to Landrella. Averica sottolineatura online gifted offerta una subscription. Averica sottolineatura online gifted dati con sub to
God. I genuinely love that alert so much.
Little piggies.
I only know the song too because the supermarket simulator streams, where I put on the grocery store bangers playlist from Spotify, and it had that song on it. I don't remember what song it is anymore. I just know I wrote the name down.
Oh, little
somewhere and then found it for an alert and then immediately lost it. But it's an alert now, so that's what matters.
Avarica sottolineatura online gifted 0 sifon 0 a subscription. Avarica sottolineatura online gifted dati a un sub to 0 sifon 0.
Ah, thank you, Possum Hands.
Oh, little piggies.
Thank you, thank you. Alright, I do need to upgrade my weapon soon. My weapon is a little weak. Oh god, yeah, this is terrible.
Little piggies.
This is terrible, terrible. That took my whole shield off. This guy's gonna take a minute to kill. It's a lot of health. It's a lot of health to lose to one guy. That's a lot of health. Alright. Whew. It did. It ended very quickly. The infinite, the very long 3-day run did end today. I can't remember the score we got out with, but someone in chat will know. But it was a very good run. It went great. Let me fly 5 of these home. Yeah, 35k-ish. Oh, thank you, America. That is about how long it takes for 100 of those alerts to go off. I love that. No, I need to get my weapon up. It's got to be weapon first. We gotta get this tree going. Okay. It does. It feels so quiet now. Okay. This will go better. I'll let that thing hit my shield a little bit while I kill this guy. Much better. I can't really afford anything. Oh. Waterproofing microphones. Oh, it's so hard to break through still. I should bring some stuff home. All right. Oh, God. I'm leaving those for a tree. Although I'll maybe find a better tree spot. Let me immediately send these back. Is there anything? No, not really. Oh, nice. Let's go. It's been nice. I feel like I was so focused for so long on getting my mobile streaming stuff figured out. And then when I finally did, kind of realizing, like, I don't really like the mobile streaming stuff so much. But, it's been nice this year to focus on my actual streaming setup. Things have been working so much smoother with all the changes I made. Oh my god. So much smoother. Okay. Easy wave. Let me go where it's softer. That's the wall right there. Okay. Huh. I was. Yeah. I did a decent amount of them. The IRL backpack, I feel like it has a time and a place. I feel weird making people part of my stream. You know what I mean? Like, I just have reservations about using it in certain settings. That said, I found applications for it that I thought were good. But what kind of derailed it all in the end was that the company I was getting it through went out of business, which happens. It sucks. But I was getting my data through, and I just never got data through a new company yet. It's expensive. It costs like $90 a month to maintain all that data. And it was easy enough. There it is. I'm going to leave that there for just a second and see if I can find a better spot. But yeah, like I had already bought it and set it up through one company. And I'm like, yeah, all right. Like I'd already paid the setup fees. That's the other thing. Like, you can't just really cancel it willy-nilly because it's activation fees involved and all that kind of shit. Nope. No, you gotta go first. You're a little shield crusher. That guy. Not bad. Oh, thank you, Bunny Duck. But yeah, I did enjoy the backpack, but as it stands right now, it still would function if I had data. I would just have to buy new data plans, which tends to be roughly like 45 to 50 bucks a month for an unlimited data plan with a cell carrier, and I need 2 of them. But the same stuff works with cell phones using a specific Android app. And it works it's the same exact way my backpack hooks using like SRT and SRT relay. And I find the cell phone gives you... So where I had the reservations about it is... Thank you, Punkster. Thank you. So, like, when I'm IRL streaming from my backpack, I don't have a preview of what I'm showing. And it's a very wide lens. And the camera's just blasting everything in real time, you know? If I do it from a cell phone, the cell phone screen is showing me what is showing. God, did I do teleport reset? I think I do power drill to start. I think I do that this time. I still have a minute. But yeah, so like, I don't know. I just feel weird about it. Yeah, like there's the part of it's like, damn, if I just set it up right, like I could even have multiple data networks with that technically. Like I would just have a hotspot in my pocket, you know, and have it connect to that. The app on Android as of this year, I think, even, because it wasn't a feature when I started using it, you can now, what's it called? Oh god, I thought it'd be back so much quicker than this. You can do bonded connections now with the app itself. So that guy gonna kick my ass. Hopefully that doesn't kill us. Nah, it did. God, that guy is so strong. I need to really have my weapon at a 3rd level by then, I guess. Oof. I want to try it one more time, but I'm just going too slow. It's too slow of a start. I'm thinking maybe I should do drill as the first thing I find instead of the teleporter. Just to get more resources drilled out quicker. Yeah, from 35k to 19. I feel like you gotta rush the tree if you want to go for a deep game. You have to get the Dorito tree going fast. Yeah, not focusing suit upgrades right away. Let me try one more time just with smarter upgrading. Like, let me just try to do a better job. The shield, I think, will let me get deeper than my last one did. I did IRL streaming at the botanical garden nearby. I did that a bunch of times. And a couple other walks. There were some things I did that I didn't really like doing. Like, I mean, during the subathon, I used it mostly. So, like, I just IRL streamed everything. Like, being with my trainer, going to the grocery store. Like, I was just streaming everything. Yeah, I love the botanical garden here. The one I think was the best was streaming MagFest, which is a gaming convention. I think that was the appropriate place to IRL stream, was at a game convention. Hot Pot was fun. IRL streaming food stuff is always fun, I think. That's like my favorite application for it. But even that, I'm like, I think I would rather just use I'd rather just use my cell phone. I would much rather use my cell phone than bring the whole backpack out. Unless I could build the backpack into something smaller form factor. But even then, I don't have the ability to immediately preview what's happening. It's a delayed preview that I need to have a separate phone playing the stream, essentially. And that kind of sucks. Using the phone makes it really easy to blend in, where there is zero blending in to be had with a backpack. You are immediately looking real weird. It also made a few people openly hostile towards me. Didn't happen a lot of times, but it happened, I think more than once was enough to turn me off, and it happened like a couple times. Nothing that turned into an altercation, but people who were clearly not happy that I had a camera and was filming. Like, very not happy. And some of them said things, and other people just gave the looks, you know? The IRL backpack. So the one I was doing, there's a big company that sells IRL backpacks. Theirs uses a product called the Live U. Yes, exactly, Toasted. But yeah, so it's called the Live U. And the Live U is pretty pricey. That backpack costs, I want to say, $4,000, maybe $5,000 to set up. I was doing essentially like the... I shouldn't have wrote that. I was doing the DIY version, which is using stuff called BellaBox. And BellaBox, I think if I understand it all correctly, BellaBox does what LiveU does, just differently. And the best correlation I can come up with for this is like, you remember XSplit? XSplit was the streaming software everyone used, and then OBS was the open source solution. Same situation. LiveU was the shit every IRL streamer used, and now there's an open source solution. Fearmaster. Happy 61 months. Thank you. So I'm using BellaBox, which is open source and I find works great. There is a little teeny tiny computer in the backpack. It's an NVIDIA computer. I don't know exactly which one. That is what I plug a capture card into. So there's a capture card in there. I also have an Ethernet cable going into that. Maybe even 2 Ethernet cables. And those are 2 hotspots that are in there. One is AT&T, one is Verizon. Those are the 2 modems, yeah. Well, I think one of them might connect just through Wi-Fi, Agio. I can't remember. But anyway, it's the computer, capture card, 2 modems, and then just batteries. One battery powers the 2 modems. The other battery powers only the computer. And then the capture card powers off USB of the computer. But all of it is just sitting strapped with zip ties to a little basket from Target sawed in half. And then I jam that into a backpack. And then there's also the camera. The camera is apparently rare. Like, I got the camera for like $350 maybe, but I'm told I could resell it for upwards of $600 because they don't make it anymore, and it's the IRL streamer camera. So it only sells in an upcharge ever. Like, mine was used and I still paid like $100 over retail, but I'm sold you could sell it for way over $100 over retail. And part of the reason is it's insanely lightweight. It has, as I understand it, it's of an era that Sony's motion fixing was great and didn't use a lot of battery. And it's even better now, but it uses more battery. So it's like, it's the perfect camera for interfaces with all of the equipment great and uses the least amount of battery possible. It's also got an insanely wide lens. Like, I can't even... But that kind of sucks for trying to do IRL streaming when you don't want to show people and you're trying to be, like, mindful, right? I'm going to go drill first on this one. I'm not cranking the multiplier this second.
Yeah, brother!
Yo, big law. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh god, I forgot I can't just zoop home. Home? I said that so weird. Maybe the teleporter is smarter right away. Either way, I'm going back. I'm trying to get killed. You little prick. I'll get you. Thank you, Big Law. Yeah, the IRL streaming is, it's a pain in the ass. And, like, that's the best way to do it. At least in terms of quality and everything. Like, that is the professional way to do it. Either via the live view or with, what was the score? It was like 30K? 35K? Someone will have the exact number. But yeah, I keep losing my train of thought. That's the pro way to do it. Either with the live view or with BellaBox. That's to get the highest quality stream with the least interruptions and highest bitrate. Like, everything is bitrate. With streaming, IRL or otherwise, you're looking for bitrate. And that can be frustrating to just figure out on its own. As an example, I have a Verizon modem. I have an AT&T modem. I had unlimited data plans for both. In my city, AT&T would give me 5 to 10K bitrate. Verizon, depending where in my city I am, would sometimes give me as low as 10. Just 10, which is nothing. 0 to 10. And it's infuriating to think, I'm paying $100 a month for a thing that isn't even functioning. But that's just how it is in certain areas. Like when I took my backpack to New York City, or Austin, Texas, or any real major city, I would get 10 to 15K bitrate per modem at all times. And my stream would look crystal clear at all times. It would never buffer, it would never flicker. But when I IRL stream here, I'd go into a restaurant and the stream would die, you know? Yo, Dark Flame. Happy 16 months. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, it's much better in the big cities. But like it's again like there's just so much headache involved in it. And then shit will just break and you don't know why. And you have to keep batteries charged. And they're heavy as fuck. Then there was me learning that the batteries I used in my backpack were so big that they're not allowed on airplanes. So if I traveled with it, I had to bust out smaller batteries, which worked, but meant I had to charge it twice as much. Just real annoying shit. And at the end of the day, it was cool to learn how to use all that shit. And it was cool to figure it out, and I'm glad I checked it out. But while people did watch my IRL shit, they didn't do better than my normal streams. They only ever did worse. And it's hard to go, I'm going to keep paying for and investing in this, what seems to be a bad business move. You know? I'm going to invest more money in this bad business decision. God, that was hard to say. I don't know why. That said, I do have it all now, so that's the other funny thing is, like, I know so many streamers. When I got it, when I was setting it up, people were telling me, like, ah, man, you're going to be another streamer trying to sell their IRL equipment in about a year. And I'm like, no. But kind of, yeah. And you watch, stop hitting me. I think it's fun in the right applications. And also, genuinely, it just... I enjoyed it. I had so much fun with it every time I did it with someone. Doing it alone was really, really, really anxiety-provoking. Like, super anxiety-provoking. Especially when, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I had at least one botanical garden stream where, like, someone in chat made the comment of, like, I'm gonna go find you. And then I have to be like, I wonder if they're joking. I wonder if they're not joking, if they're nice. I guess they know where the botanical garden is. Is this a name I've seen in chat before? I'm alone, so I have to look over my shoulder while I'm doing this. And, like, it's just not worth the anxiety. This is not. Who would say that? Chat, you're cool. I'm not targeting anyone here in particular, but I think some people's logic just turns off occasionally. Especially when they're, like, talking to someone on the internet, you know? And I think people think it's okay to joke with me in certain ways because I joke that way with friends, you know? It's hard. Everyone's mostly chill, I will say. Like, there's very few issues I have. There are very few times I have these issues, but I have these issues. They do still happen. Yeah, like, I'm always psyched when people say hi. Always very, very psyched. Cromulent Hog, happy 6 months. Thank you. Thank you. And genuinely, I have definitely made friends in this chat. I would be friendly to so many of you if I met you. I wouldn't feel weird about it at all, honestly. Like, I don't think that's a weird thing to say. I don't think it's a weird approach. Like, but yeah, some people just don't really get it. That said, I feel like almost everyone here gets it. Everyone in chat right now gets it. I know that much. Yeah, I get every time I go to a show, I get recognized at least once. And it's cool. It always makes me feel nice. But, like, I'm not really a big LSF guy, but, like, I was watching a clip this morning of fucking Hassan in an Uber, and a stream sniper was chasing his Uber. That's fucking terrifying. And I see shit like that, and I'm like, why would I want to be an IRL streamer? I'm glad it didn't work out for me. I don't want that to be some shit I have to deal with. That shit's terrifying. Yeah. No, that shit is scary to happen to anyone. But I look at that and I'm like, yeah, I feel like any big IRL streamer has to deal with that kind of shit. That's the thing, Michael. I think they are starting to, like, crop up more. You know? I think the problems are starting to happen more frequently. And that sucks. Stinks. I don't think anyone brings that on themselves that much. But I don't want to get into a debate over what people feel about streamers. Insanely not the place for it. If you know anything about me, you know I hate that shit. Bodyguard's incredibly smart, honestly. I 100% in certain streams I did. I love having a friend with me again for like the security angle of it. And there's nothing that made me feel better IRL streaming than being with a friend who I know is smart in those situations. It's like the way I'll put it. That was like the only time I really felt comfortable IRL streaming. Was being with someone like that. It's the only time. Yeah, shit with my trainer too. Like zero worry in my head about that when that happened. Like when I'm with him. Well, that's actually kind of not true. The worry in my head when I'm with someone like my trainer is that someone would be like, I know where that is. I'm gonna go drive by and yell something, and the next thing I know, I'm turning off my stream because I don't want to like film a murder. Because my trainer would not react well to that at all. I think he even said as much. Like I think I showed up to the gym one day and I was just like, oh, you want me to like watch the angle with the garage? Like I don't want to show outside. And he was like, I'm not worried if someone showed up here. He was like, I would take care of them. And I'm like, oh fuck yeah, you're right. Like I also wouldn't be good. Amerix, thank you. Now I always told myself, I did have the talk, you know, again, also with, you know, I have a lot of friends who are not Twitch streamers and like don't engage with Twitch in any way other than the fact that they come to watch me or hang out with me. Like they only know about Twitch because I'm their friend who they know does Twitch. And like I've streamed with some of them before too, and kind of gave them the rundown of like, yeah, you know, I didn't even have to say anything. They just know, like, oh yeah, like this comes with some security risks. But I was very straight up with them, like, yeah, if someone shows up, I am immediately cutting the feed, and then that's, you know, we just don't acknowledge that something happened. That's my method of choice for dealing with that kind of stuff. I'm gonna go. I need to get my weapon up again soon. But that's another reason why I'd never be a good IRL streamer. You know? Not to say every IRL streamer does this kind of shit, because that's not true. But I do think if you're an IRL streamer who turns off your camera every time there's some kind of conflict, that's like why people watch, you know? Like if someone's acting weird, I'm gonna immediately cut the audio or video. But how are you gonna go viral if you do that, you know? I love that toasty. I'm once again doing a not great run. I'm going too slow, but I'm also like really deep in the saucy yappin, which is nice. Throughout all this yapping though, my big takeaway with a lot of this stuff, I am going to get this. I think I just should. Big takeaway for me with a lot of this stuff. Let me do a couple of those too. Let's just start getting that. Start cranking that thing a bit. I'm glad I get to try all these different types of streaming. And just kind of like making it work for me. and seeing, you know, kind of, I like that I can try all this shit. I think I'm super lucky in that regard. I feel like a lot of people on Twitch don't get to try all the shit they wish they could try. And I feel really fortunate that I get to. So yeah, the IRL streaming, it's one of those things, I'm glad I've got the tool in the arsenal, should I ever want to do it again. But for now, I have no data plans, so it doesn't cost me anything monthly, so it's just some more audio video hardware that exists in my home. And that's okay. I'm the try guy. I'm the try hard guy. Yeah, IRL fishing stream would be so fun. I agree with that. I think in private situations is the perfect use case for it. Like doing yard work, doing stuff in my backyard, perfect use case for the IRL backpack. But don't need data plans for that. I can just Wi-Fi network that. I have to figure out how to tie it into my Wi-Fi. I'm pretty sure that is a thing I can do. Yeah, I'm really, I gotta get back in the, I haven't been in the hot tub in months because it's just been too damn hot. I have to empty it and clean it. I left it, it's still circulating. I did learn not to just turn it off because then bacteria grows in the pumps and shit. I should probably shock it with chlorine just to make sure nothing's growing in there. It smells like a little musky because it's, I mean, it's just hot water circulating for like 3 months that I've added little bits of chlorine to here and there, but I have not used it. The hotspot streamer. Can I tell y'all an idea I always wanted to do and the backpack I would use for this? And I don't think I could ever do it unless I found someone to live with my cats for upwards of a month. If not, much longer, probably even. But ever since, if anyone's been watching this long, in 2017, we had a TwitchCon idea. Me, Richard, Pause, and Apollo. Where we were going to RV stream a road trip in an RV to TwitchCon. And we got halfway through the planning and then it fell apart. But ever since then, I've always thought like it would be so fun to do, like, to just stream once a day in a new location every day for 30 days, you know? Road trip for 30 days and every day is a new place we've stopped the RV. And then I could do a little bit of IRL streaming in that area. But 30 days is crazy, and I'm someone who breaks down after like 4 days of travel. So, but I think I would have fun with that if, you know, with all this, again, like if someone lived here with my cats, I wouldn't feel weird leaving the cats. I'd be so paranoid traveling with them. I wouldn't be able to, like, even just like taking them to the vet, I'm so scared the whole time. Like, what if someone hits us? What if I'm getting out of the car and the carrier opens and one goes bolting? Like, I would be such a wreck. Yeah, just a week even would rock. I know. I would love to do something like that, Elbow. Like, there's all sorts of stuff. I know Taffy still wants to do magnet fishing at some point. That's a great use case for the backpack. Me and McLaffy Taffy throwing magnets into the James River, fishing up rusty guns and having to call the police. It could be a great stream. Isn't that illegal? No, you're allowed to magnet fish. You just have to call in any weapons you find. That's as far as I understand it. I think that'd be so fun though. I would watch. That's the type of shit. That's where I do hit my crossroads of like, no, I do kind of like IRL content because like, if there was any streamer I liked who did a stream like that, I would be so happy watching it. You know? I would be so happy watching it. But yeah, a lot of this all just comes back again to the whole like, yeah, it's just, it sucks doing a lot of this shit alone. I don't know, like the IRL streaming kind of sucks alone because it's just nerve-wracking. It sucks not feeling safe. And I also don't like feeling like I'm putting other people's safety at risk. Shouldn't I have found the first gadget by now? Did I? I did. It was the fucking drill. I'm out of my mind. Well, here's the seed. We do have to get an early Dorito tree, but this isn't the Dorito of my dreams. I keep breaking Doritos, I find, though. We're going to fly down the shaft that the drill's been making and see if we've exposed any Dorito next to other resources for the tree. Yeah, it is legal here. That's the other thing that stinks. Like, this is a one-party consent state for filming. So I can legally IRL stream in public as much as I want here, and I don't need anyone to tell me it's okay. But I don't like that. Like, that doesn't make it any better for me. I didn't mean to do that. I thought the left bar was my health, and I think I just filled my full health up with 2 Doritos. And I think you just win some, you lose some. I don't want to restart this run. Yeah, it just doesn't feel good. Yeah, that is the big thing. Like, I do think I am like, whenever I streamed at the Botanical Garden, no one ever was upset with me because I made it extremely clear. I would take the camera off the shoulder mount and put it on a stick, and if someone was near me, I would be aiming it extremely visibly away from them, you know? Especially there, because there's a lot of children, including like school field trips full of children. I can't imagine they'd want anyone, let alone someone looking like me, pointing a camera at their children. You know what I mean? Like, I'm insanely mindful of that kind of shit. And I think that is like the right way to do it. But same time, would rather just use my cell phone in that scenario. Cell phone is just easier, I have more control, and no one is sitting there thinking, why does this guy have a fucking camera rig? It's just, oh, guy on cell phone. Like, who cares? Let me go find some water for this. Yeah, same thing when I'm doing it in like a restaurant eating food. I think a lot of people might even just think like, oh, he's FaceTiming. Isn't that cute? Look at this guy FaceTiming with his partner. And I'm just sitting there fucking like bawling tears into the phone. I'm so lonely. Yeah, no, absolutely, Punkster. I think that's the case. I will say, a big perk of the IRL backpack. There were so many places I ate that I brought that backpack into that I think immediately they think, oh fuck, this guy is doing Instagram food stuff or TikTok food stuff. And I would get the best service and extra random food and like several different people coming to the table to be like, how is everything? Can we get you anything else? And I'm just sitting there being like, oh, this feels like kind of fucked up actually. But no, it was actually really nice. Went to a great arepa bar. I can't remember what it was called, but it was in Austin, Texas. And I was with Bloody and Apollo and some other folks. And they brought us out so much extra shit. Like just random food. And Bloody was like, I've been here before many times, and this has never happened. And I'm like, I'm telling you, it's the camera. It's the camera on a stick. And I think that's the big difference maker, too. It's like, it's one thing if I'm just there with a phone. It's another thing when I, like, bust out a backpack with a big cable going into it and put out a tripod with a little camera angled at the table. And they're like, oh, this is some shit. It is nice to be treated that way. It's always my goal at a place. I love becoming a regular. It's one of my favorite things. Like, I don't know, I've had people tell me this is freak behavior, but I love small talk. I love to make small talk. I'm a fucking streamer. I just like to yap with people. I find what people say interesting. Even if they're not saying shit I like, I still find it interesting. You know, like... So that said, I love when I become regular somewhere and the people who work there want to talk to me. It's the best. It is my dream. My dream come true every time it happens. So I feel like the camera kind of gets in the way of that. But it is nice to get that treatment in places just because they're like, oh, hell yeah, this guy comes here all the time. Let's just, like, shoot the shit with him. And maybe there's something cool in the kitchen we want him to try. You know, like, I love that. I love that so, so much. For anyone who's a Richmonder, if you've been here, I feel like I've hit that level with the establishment known as Pearlie's, and I am the happiest man on earth. It's like one of my favorite places to eat in Richmond. And when I walk in, the owner comes out and gives me a big fucking hug, asks me how my mom and grandma are doing. Then it's the type of place that's pretty small and narrow, and there's bar seating and it's really uncomfortable, but he'll walk me to the back to a big comfortable table and be like, I know this is more comfortable for you. And I'm like, thank you so much. It's so nice. And then I just talk to people. It's really sweet. And it's like also like one of the best places to eat in Richmond. That's great. I don't really go out to eat at all right now. So I feel like I'm losing, it's like Stardew Valley. I'm losing hearts with places. I'm starting to lose hearts. I need to get new hearts. Let me get these side drillers going, I think. Here, I'm going to take you down to here. Richmond is cool. Richmond's interesting. The food scene here is really nice. A lot of great restaurants. I really wish I lived deeper in the city. It's just a really cool, like, I don't know. I've been to a lot of East Coast cities. I feel like the city it reminds me of most is probably Philly. Just in terms of having, like, cool shit to do, cool art scene. There's good food. But it's still an East Coast city. So it's like, you know, like Richmond is technically, like, I guess, the first city in the South, right? This is like the South. Even though it really doesn't feel like the South at all. But it still has, like, Northeast Coast city edge to it, which I like. You don't really get so much of the fake Southern charm. You don't get a lot of bless your hearts here at all. I hate the fake Southern charm so much. I'm going to hopefully blow this guy up before he punched me too much. There we go. Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, Punkster. It does feel like I don't know. I'm always a little torn where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to live here, but I don't think it's a Richmond thing. I think it might be like a where in Richmond or even just the house itself. But this does feel like a place I could live forever. You know? It feels like a place that I could pretty happily settle down forever. Because I feel like I'm in reach of all the other places I like. And I'm mostly I'm in reach of most of the people I like too, you know? I've never been to a state fair and I want to. I need to. There's a Virginia State Fair. I know it exists and I gotta see it. I've never done a state fair and I really want to. I think I would have a great time. That said, I'm kind of back in a spot where I'm like, I feel like I could just fucking live anywhere. I don't know. I do like it here. But I also, I don't know. I do think I could get along pretty much anywhere. One of the best state fairs? Hell yeah. Was that the one Luke was at? I know Luke was just at a state fair. And he was talking about it before it, and I was like, that seems fun as hell. Let me fly this home. I have to still find a decent tree spot. It's kind of dumb that I haven't got my tree growing yet. And thank you, Anarchy. Appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. I can go back down for a little bit more. 140K, my God. That is obscene. Yeah, I've never been to any state fair. My only fair experience are feasts. And I as I take it, I think that is maybe just like a northeastern thing, that you have Italian feasts. Like, every town would have their Italian feast. And there's a lot of towns. So like mine in the town I grew up in, it was the St. Vincent de Paul feast. And it would have a couple little rides, and there would be Zeppelis, and you could buy, the St. Vincent's feast was so fucking good. I loved it because I would go, it was a staple of my childhood. I would get the Zeppelis, then there would be an old Italian man making Jamaican beef patties going, yeah, I don't know what the hell these are, but we're cooking them and selling them. And I would eat Jamaican beef patties, and I loved that shit. And then I could gamble. They had like essentially childhood legal gambling, where you could like a big wheel spinning, and you could put quarters on it or some shit, and little punchy tickets, where you try to. It's essentially a slot machine on a ticket. God damn, I really missed the feast. As I got older, all the kids from my high school would be on high alert, because there would always be rumors kids from the other high schools were going to come fight at the feast, and like it happened also a bunch. I remember kids from Franklin Square coming to the St. Vincent feast, and there being a big melee. So much revolved around those feasts. First time I saw a horse, and one of the only times I've ever seen a horse in my life, was at the feast, because they would have cops on horses riding around the feast. It is very New York in your face. God, just sitting here waxing poetic about feasts. I missed the feast. I'm at 8. Should probably get that up, honestly. Just go 3 wide. Why not? I'm gonna send a few more Doritos home. Call it a day. No, that sucks. Yeah, Long Island is very like, you know, for all the it's one of those, it's weird. Growing up, I did not realize how right-wing Long Island is. And it wasn't until I got older that it kind of dawned on me, like, yeah, Long Island is not very progressive. Oh, okay. Yes, it is pretty into it. Oh. Again, like, I love my friends from back home. And I love the people I know share the same values as me, which is pretty much all of my friends from back home. But like, I don't know. Like, I felt like we had really progressive spaces growing up, and then I didn't realize until I lived fucking here, like, wow, like, the people here really fucking do a lot for each other. Where it's like, back home, yeah, my friends got my back, but like, there are some community resources here that I don't know if it's a times thing or what, but those did not exist back home. People didn't have your back home the way they got your back out here. And like, not even just as friends, just like as a community. It was a real perspective shift. And it's funny because I talked to another friend who lives here who lived back home, and I started saying this, and he like finished my sentence for me. And he was like, no, dude, same exact shit for me. He's like, I noticed the same thing. And I'm like, wow, that's crazy. That's just, never really considered it. I do think some of it is times, you know, like, I think the punk scene has always liked to, you know, say how inclusive and perfect it can be, while also absolutely, like, fucking harboring monsters who are, but they're taking advantage of the fact that it is supposed to be a place like that. But anyway, I can't remember where I was going with that thought at the end of it. Yeah, times have changed in that regard a bit. You know, I'm not saying things are better or like solved, but things are better than they were. Like I do feel like punk and hardcore spaces are much more inclusive now than they were when I was younger. And I thought they were as I think that's a thing. I enjoyed reading Steve Albini talk about this. How he kind of had like and it was like a kind of recent too. Like I don't think like super recent. Like, he passed away recently, but he had a moment of kind of like, I don't know if apologizing is the right word, but having regrets over some of the edgier shit he's said and done throughout his life and like career as a musician. And a lot of what he talks about, oh, so bad. I'm doing so bad. I will finish this good thought in a moment. A lot of what he talks about is how it feels like a liberal mindset trap, that you feel like your spaces are progressive and things are getting better.
Yeah, brother!
And so it's okay for you to say and do certain things because you're not bad, because things are better. Things are getting better. We're progressive. Things are going forward. So I could say and joke about these things because it's not like that anymore. And then you realize that's not fucking true. Doge, happy 57 months. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. And I think that's and like it was nice to, it was comforting to see him talk about that. No, I'm talking about God, I don't know, what would you call this topic? I was talking about the inclusiveness of spaces, particularly like the punk scene. But in particular, I was talking about how Steve Albini had a reckoning moment of, you know, feeling like he was edgy and, you know, saying shitty things and acting in shitty ways because he felt like, well, you know, like, I'm the good guy, I can. And I think that, you know, I feel like, at least for folks my age, you probably had a moment of reckoning where you cleaned up your language and you were using that language because you didn't think it was a big deal, because you're good. You don't feel that way, so you can say that word because it's not, you're not saying it in that way, you know. And I think that applies. You can like apply that into so many different ways of thinking, you know. Like the punk scene was always touting itself as being really open and really inclusive, but also like heinously sexist. And a lot of that stemmed from, you know, guys in the punk scene thinking, well, we're good, so we could joke about women and make these fucking, you know, and gawk when there's a, you know, make a whole new genre of music called female fronted. You know, it's insulting. I'm going to die, and I deserve it. No, this run was not very good. I had a Dorito save me. I guess I live another day. Yeah, people still do that. Yeah. And like, that's some shit I used to say and do too, because fucking everyone did. It sucked. I had someone correct my ass one day, and I was like, yeah, that is actually pretty shitty. And that was it. That's the other thing too, no one wants to feel like they're bad. And I think that's why some people flip out if you say to them like, hey, maybe that thing you said or did isn't actually good. And I think that's where you find a lot of like right-wing fragility. Fragility? Fragility. People who can't hear that they've done something like, you know, wrong, bad, or fucked up or whatever, and just have to double down. Oh, I hate it. Yeah, criticism just makes me sad. Depending on where it's coming from. I never get offended by it, you know, like, I'm never angry or upset to hear that I've done something like that. I'm just sad. It's always an oh no moment instead of a well fuck you moment. But it wasn't always that way. I definitely spent years when I was younger saying well fuck you. So, yeah. Ah, thank you. That is where I do feel not bad. That's like Nako phrasing. But like whenever I hear about someone on Twitch doing something bad, and I'm saying bad in the sense of like stuff that's not like hugely, I'm not talking about like things that would put you in jail, you know? But when I hear about, you know, like a young Twitch streamer said X, Y, or Z, and then acted this way when called out on it, I'm like, fuck. That's how I would have acted at that age, 100%. And that doesn't make it right, but damn. This is absolutely the end on that one. Goddamn. This game is hard right now. I will say, we've been doming for a couple hours. Would y'all humor me on a little Tarkov PvE? I've been having a lot of fun with Tarkov PvE. Like, more fun than I ever thought I would. It's been such a nice time.